Once upon a time, in a kingdom filled with singing rivers and gardens that shimmered with dew, there lived a gentle princess named Miriana, though everyone called her Princess Miri. She was loved not only for her kindness, but also for her gift. Miri could bake cookies that bloomed like flowers. With every cookie she made, petals unfurled, colors sparkled, and sweet scents drifted through the air like morning sunshine. Her secret recipe was passed down from her grandmother, the late queen, who always said, "A true princess spreads joy not with crowns or jewels, but with the warmth of her heart." In the royal kitchen, Miri wore a blue dress sprinkled with white dots, just like tiny stars. She tied her hair with a ribbon and rolled up her sleeves, ready to bake. She mixed flour as soft as clouds, sugar that glittered like frost, and honey gathered from meadow bees. Then, she added the most special ingredient of all, petals kissed by the morning sun. Whenever she stirred the bowl, golden sparks floated around her, and when she placed the dough in the oven, it glowed like a treasure chest. Out would come flower cookies, rose cookies that made people feel braver, daisy cookies that filled hearts with laughter, lavender cookies that soothed children to sleep, sunflower cookies that gave energy and joy. Each cookie was more than a treat, it was a little gift of magic. Every morning, Princess Miri carried a basket of cookies into the village. Children rushed to her, their eyes wide with wonder. "Princess Miri, Princess Miri," they would call. "What cookies do you have today?" Miri knelt to their level, smiling gently. "Close your eyes and tell me what your heart wishes for." One child, who feared thunderstorms, received a lavender cookie that chased away her worries. Another, who dreamed of becoming a singer, received a rose cookie that gave him courage to sing loudly. The people adored her, for she cared more for their happiness than for fancy banquets or glittering jewels. One twilight, while carrying her basket home, Miri saw something unusual. The meadow's flowers were drooping, their colors fading as if they had lost their song. Even the dandelions, usually cheerful, stood pale and gray. She gasped, "The flowers, they're tired. Something is wrong." That night, Miri tried baking cookies, but no petals glowed. The cookies came out dull and plain. She whispered to the moon, "How can I spread joy without my flower cookies?" As Miri sat sadly by her window, soft fluttering filled the air. A group of tiny flower fairies appeared, glowing like fireflies. One fairy, named Petalina, spoke. "Princess Miri, the flowers are losing their magic because the flower spirit is trapped." Miri placed her hand over her heart. "Trapped? But how?" "The gloom weaver," Petalina said gravely. "A dark mist that hates laughter and love. It has hidden the flower spirit deep inside the shadowy woods. Without her, no flower can bloom and no cookie can shine." Miri's eyes sparkled with determination. "Then I must rescue her, for without the flower spirit, my kingdom will lose its joy." The fairies circled her and chimed in harmony. "We will guide you, princess. Your courage is the ingredient that no darkness can steal." The next morning, Miri packed her basket with the last few glowing cookies she had left. She placed a crown of wildflowers on her head and tied her blue ribbon tightly. She whispered to herself, "Be brave, Princess Miri. Even small kindness can light the darkest paths." The fairies led her into the shadowy woods, where twisted trees whispered secrets and mist curled like claws. Strange eyes blinked in the shadows, watching her. Miri trembled, but she reached into her basket and held up a sunflower cookie. The cookie glowed like a lantern, pushing back the darkness. Step by step, she went deeper, guided by the warmth of her cookies. At last, they reached a clearing where a great, swirling shadow towered. The gloom weaver hissed, its voice like wind rattling old windows. "You dare enter my woods, little princess. You bring your sweetness into my sorrow." Miri clutched her basket tightly. You have stolen the flower spirit. Without her, my kingdom will wither. The shadow laughed. Flowers, laughter, cookies, they are nothing. Darkness is stronger. But Miri shook her head. No, even the smallest cookie can chase away fear. Even the tiniest flower can bloom through stone. The fairies flew forward, but the gloom, weavers swirled around them, trapping them in mist. Miri's heart pounded. She knew she must act. She reached into her basket and pulled out her last rose cookie, the one that gave courage. She held it high and whispered, "May this cookie shine with love." The cookie burst into radiant pink light. The glow grew brighter, brighter, until it cut through the shadows like dawn-breaking night. The gloom weaver shrieked, its misty body unraveling into thin air. And from the center of the clearing, a soft figure emerged, a glowing woman made of petals and light, the flower spirit. The flower spirit knelt before Miri. "Brave princess, your kindness freed me. You understood what darkness never can, that love and courage bloom endlessly." As she spoke, the trees grew green, the air filled with fragrance, and flowers burst open in every color of the rainbow. The fairies twirled joyfully around Miri. "You did it! You saved us all!" When Princess Miri returned to the palace, she baked cookies once more. This time, the petals glowed brighter than ever, sparkling like stars in sugar. She brought basket after basket to the villagers, who cheered and laughed. Children ran through fields of blooming flowers, their hands sticky with crumbs of magic. Old grandmothers sighed with relief as lavender cookies soothed their hearts. Even the rivers seemed to sing sweeter songs as petals floated across their surface. That evening, the kingdom held a festival. Lanterns glowed, music danced through the air, and everyone shouted, "Long live Princess Miri, the princess of flower cookies!" As the stars twinkled above, Miri stood at her window, holding a single cookie. "I will never stop baking," she whispered, "for every cookie is a wish, every flower is a promise, and every act of kindness is a seed that will bloom forever." The flower spirit's gentle voice carried on the wind. "And as long as you believe, dear princess, your kingdom will always be in bloom." And so, Princess Miri continued to bake her magical flower cookies, filling her kingdom with sweetness, courage, and love forever after. The end.